Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I just finished a rebounder workout, probably one of the most challenging ones I've done so far. And I also realized that this is the 1 month anniversary of me having the rebounder. This is a great time to come back and give you guys an update as to how things are going. So for starters, the rebounder I have is the Acon 44-inch. At the time I purchased mine, they were doing a promotion where all of their rebounders were on sale, whether it was rounds, hexagon, 44-inch, 55-inch, like you name it, were the same price. And so I was able to get mine for $271. That included shipping and tax, I believe. I'm pretty sure it included tax. Prior to that, I thought I was gonna go with leaps and rebounds. I definitely knew for sure I wasn't gonna go to Amazon and buy a rebounder for like $90 to $150, have it for a couple months and end up throwing it away. And I get it. Sometimes you have to get your foot in the door any way you can. And I actually delayed getting a rebounder until I had the money to get one, right? So I'm not gonna knock anyone for going to Amazon, but personally for me, I felt like it would be a waste of time and money and resources to buy one for like $100 and have it wear out in a couple months. Like I've seen so many reviews of people saying that. Even people saying that they did that like multiple times, they bought like 3 or 4 of those, and then they ended up getting like an Acon or a Bellicon or one of those, or a Stellar Sizer or something. So for me, I was like, no, you know what, I'm going to wait. And then when I was looking at the leaps and rebounds, I was going with that initially as a budget option to pay around $200. But was like splitting hairs because the leaps and rebounds was 39 inches. If I wanted to size up to get one comparable size to this one with also a handle, it came out to more money. So I was like, hey, why not go with the Acon, especially since I had seen a review where the leaps and rebounds was extremely noisy, and then the Acon was very, very quiet, and quiet is a concern for me because I live in an apartment. Also, space is an issue for me, and I love the ability to sort of tip it on its side and stick it in this corner right here because I'm working with limited space. So I did mention that I did buy the rebounder with a handle, but the handle I haven't attached the handle to it yet. And someone commented on my original video, she hasn't put her handle on yet either, which made me feel a little better. A couple things for me. The assembly was very easy with the rebounder. So you have some rebounders that come with a tool that help you get the bungees onto these little tabs. And the fact that the Acon didn't come with that, and me having limited knowledge of rebounders, I wondered if that would be, an issue with the assembly, because I've seen reviews where people said it was so hard, they had to get like their son, their boyfriend, their husband, all involved to help get the bungees on because it's just so hard to stretch them out. Or that, oh, it's okay because you have the tool with a specific brand. So long story short, with the Acon, yes, it took some effort, but I was able to do it all by myself and it wasn't painful. I don't feel like you would really need a tool with the Acon, and I think there's just different types of rebounders, so many different construction types out there. And I was suffering from information overload, being worried about, how I was going to actually be able to assemble it. But I was able to put the whole thing together in about 25 minutes watching Jumpin' Jack's Acon assembly video. Her video is only maybe 15 to 20 minutes. So it took me a couple times of like pausing, rewinding, but even all of that considered, I put the rebounder itself together in about 25 minutes. And then I gave up on the handle. Because I think I was just like a little overwhelmed at that point, a little bit tired. And also I was thinking like, I have this small area, like this is a little walkway that's here. It's gonna block exit maybe, like, I don't know, I just haven't put it on, but I need to go ahead and try that. Especially tonight was the first workout I did where they're using the handle and they're doing that like wide leg stance and jumping. And let me tell you really need the handle for that. I mean, there's a learning curve for sure with a rebounder that I never expected. The initial video that I did, I got directly onto it, right? And I started jumping, and your instinct is to like jump off of the rebounder, like to push off of the rebounder. But when you're actually doing rebounding workouts, you're like bringing your center of gravity low, you're almost in like a semi-squat position, abs engaged, chest up, right, and you're pushing down into the rebounder. And then the rebounder itself, like, I guess it's probably the definition or the meaning of the word rebounder, That's why they call it that. But yeah, it took a while just to get over that. So you see me like awkwardly getting onto it. There's that learning curve of just being off the ground, right? Being elevated. And then the mat on the Acon is very firm. It's very stable, but it's just an unaccustomed feeling. I don't think I've been on a trampoline. Last time I was on a trampoline was like a trampoline park. I remember with one of my friends and their kids, and that had to have been like 8 years ago, you know what I mean? 7, 8 years ago. And in that environment, you're also like just doing whatever and like propelling yourself off of the trampoline, unless you really have experience with like gymnastics and stuff. I think a person's first instinct is to use the rebounder incorrectly, and I was definitely doing that. Even though I was watching videos about what's the correct position and practicing that and everything, I still just had this and I have to fight it sometimes as well, especially when I'm doing a workout and they say, okay, like freestyle. And I'm like, yeah, I want to just like ball my fist up and do the little kid happy dance, jumping really hard on the rebounder. But the reasons that I purchased the rebounder, of course, were for fitness, an alternative type of workout, wanting to have less strain on my joints, some issues that I've had, having issues with lymphatic drainage. It's very interesting because I had wanted to get a rebounder years ago and I hadn't done it, and I don't know, maybe that was something telling me back then to do it, but it's never too late, and I'm glad that I'm starting now. Going back though to the learning curve with the rebounder, so what I began doing is, and let me tell you, the first time on a rebounder, oh my goodness, it's challenging. I mean, I had an idea in my head that I'm gonna start getting on the rebounder every single day to make it a habit, and I'll do it for 5 minutes. In the very beginning, that first week, it was a struggle to stay on the rebounder for 1 minute, just staying in that position, doing the basic bounce. For 1 minute, I was like sweating, exhausted. So good point. So you see it's leaning in the corner like this, very safe and stable. I don't have like large dogs or anything. There's no children in my home, but be mindful of that. Like it can tip if someone puts enough weight on it, but like it doesn't like tip and roll. It doesn't like bounce off the wall or anything crazy. Like this is a very sturdy piece of equipment, but it's something to think about. Where you put it, especially if you have pets or children in your home. Speaking of which, I do have a cat. One of my concerns or thoughts buying something like this, I mean, this looks like a cat's dream come true, right? With this mesh and being able to scratch it and destroy it. Even if you watch your pet as much as possible and you deter them, and you gotta sleep sometimes or you gotta leave the house sometimes, and I just imagine my cat like having a field day scratching this up. The great news is he does not scratch this at all. I guess he doesn't like it. It's not claw friendly. I love that for both of us because I didn't want to have to figure something out or like throw a blanket over top of this or whatever to keep him from scratching. And actually, my cat really likes the rebounder. If I leave it down, he likes to sit on it. There's been a couple occasions where he's like when I'm jumping, like a more gentle jumping, he jumps on it. He seems to really like it. I know jumping jacked, I've done quite a few of her workouts at this point, and watched her assembly video as well. She said her dog likes the rebounder. So if you have pets, it's probably pet friendly, but you know your animal more than anyone else, right? What their tendencies are. So keep an eye on them, but so far so good with me not having issues with my cat scratching this. So as I progressed over the first month, like I said, my ambition was to jump on the rebounder or to rebound. I even training myself to stop saying jumping because of that idea of like jumping means like bending your knees, scrunching up, like, for a jump, plyometric kind of jump, right? That we're all used to being level on the ground. So I started with 1 minute, sort of forced myself up to 5 within a couple days. Like that first week, I was like, no, I really have to push myself a little harder. I thought that I was in the right position, And it's hard to know when you're starting a new kind of workout, and rebounding is really different. I was like, wow, I don't know if I'm doing something incorrect or not, because I had a feeling like my calves felt like it was that feeling that you get when you do like calf lifts, calf exercises, or like a leg workout. Come to find out after watching some different videos, that is incorrect. And if you experience that, that means that you are landing on the balls of your feet. I didn't think I was, but it made me more conscious of shifting my weight from the balls of my feet to my heels as I'm landing. And it's like there's so much going on as you're rebounding, right? Because you have your balance. The rebounder is doing what it does, where, you know, your feet are on it. Let's say, you know, one foot is here. So it's more stiff out here, and then in the middle there's more give, I guess you could say, to where, you know, if your foot lands there, it kind of comes down, but then this might feel like it's tightening. There's just like a lot of different sensations and feelings, and you're feeling it all out and trying to follow a video, and there's just a lot. I didn't start trying to follow a video in the very beginning, but at the point that I did, that threw me for a loop too. So these last 4 weeks has been very interesting, very challenging, but I just progressively started, you know, with like doing the basic bounce for a minute, then 5 minutes. Then I think I went to like 7 for a couple days, and then 10 minutes. And so right now, get on here every single day for at least 10 minutes. The workout that I just did was 15 minutes, and that was unreal. Also, with this learning curve with the rebounder, I can't even imagine what an advanced workout is at this point. Hopefully one day I'll come back to this video and laugh about that, because the beginner videos are so challenging, especially when you have, like I said, all of this going on. You're getting used to the rebounder itself, where your foot can land in different places, and sort of mastering your control of that, your mental control. I know my brain, a lot of times, like the video, the instructor is saying like, okay, step on one foot. So bounce on one foot, double time, 2 knees up with the elbow, and then switch, and then do this, right? It's like these complex compound movements, and that's a beginner workout. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be a beast, I guess, once I really get used to this thing in a couple months. So cheers to that. If anyone else is just starting, let's go, let's get it, right? I'm excited for that, because I've struggled my way through quite a few of these beginner workouts at this point. But I'm really impressed, and I'm really happy with the quality of the rebounder. You know, I just look at it from time to time. There's no issues. I mean, it's only been a month, but you think, you know, if something were really wrong or were to go wrong with it, it probably would have started by now, right? Where I would notice little things, and it looks brand new, like it just came out of the package. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Anyway, yeah, I am very happy with my investment in the Acon rebounder. I think that's gonna last a really long time. All right, y'all. Peace.